Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Sunny. Should I say good morning or rather good evening, depending on which part of the world you're listening to this? My name is Pastor Sunny, and I'm calling from downtown Berlin. I want to prove just one or few things to you very briefly, and that's about God. You see, there is God. There is God. I don't know how many of you are born again out there, and how many of you believe about the existence of God. God does exist. He really does exist. Now, He really does exist. Your inability to believe the fact that God exists does not really change the status quo. If you don't believe that air exists and yet you're breathing in air, now it does not change the fact of the reality that air does exist. If you don't believe there's a place called Germany, it does not state the fact, and it does not undermine the fact, it does not take away the reality of the existence of the nation called Germany. Now, when I look at my body, I look at the position of my body and how everything is jointly fitted together, it leaves me with no reason that God does exist. Now, when I look at my head, and that's where the whole sensitive things that communicates with my inner body are located, my ears, my eyes, my nostrils, and my mouth. And each of these things have function. And they are fitly created to be able to fit into my atmosphere. And not into the water, but on land. I look at my eyes, I have two eyes. There is a purpose why I have two eyes. I don't have one big eyes in the middle of my head, but two. There is a reason for that. One eye is not situated in the front and the other at the back. Now there's a reason for that. When I look at my ears, they are fitly positioned from the left and the right. One ear is not on my head and the other here on my beard. So they are properly fitted together. When I look at the condition of my tongue and my teeth, you see, these things were planned. It was planned. Somebody designed this thing. I look at my nostrils. They are not at the back of my head. Or when I look at my head at times, my brain is right on the inside. My head is not covered so that when I'm running, my brain falls off and I pick it up and put it back into my head. Now, it doesn't work that way. Now, this tells you that somebody actually sat down to map out and design these things. I look at my fingers. I have 5 fingers, and each of them have proper functions, and there's a reason why God gave me these 5 fingers. I look at my 2 feet. They are positioned towards the front, not towards the back. Now, I don't walk crawling upon my stomach, but upon my 2 legs. So when I look at the intricacies of the muscles, how the bicep, the triceps, and each of these things are jointly fitted together, it tells me that somebody somewhere sat down to design these things. What I'm trying to say in effect is that God does exist, and that person is God. Just in case you are still thinking about it, I just want to tell you that God does exist. There is God. There is God, beloved. There is God. And you'll be doing yourself a favor if you believe in God on time. Now, I'll be back. God bless you. Bye-bye.